Alright, good morning. Had an issue with the microphone earlier. I was actually recording live and it turned out that the microphone was not recording. The settings were changed for whatever reason. Guess when I update the computer. But water under the bridge. We looked at CARV today. We took a trade on CARV. And CARV has high relative volume, has a low flow, it does have a catalyst, and it's one of the leading gappers, so definitely momentum up 133%. You can see during the morning, boom, it kept halting upwards, and I was not awake for this because I just recently woke up. I'm feeling tired from work, and made this enormous move, created a high of 38.15, and fell down, right, breaking below VWAP at some point, creating this pivot here around the 2250 or 23 area right here, that pivot bounced off. Now it tested VWAP as an implied resistance, and it so far at that moment it continued to stab VWAP, trying to break above it, right? And so far, we did not want to add because we knew that VWAP is a resistance, and there's this pivot we were looking at 2588 that we wanted to break. So go ahead and fast forward, because at some point I pause since I'm waiting for the setup to happen. You notice it keeps stabbing VWAP. It's not falling down like it was over here, right? Selling off. It's actually trying to show us more of a bullish sentiment to the stock after this sell-off. And if you look at the volume, it's sort of mixed at the moment. We're already thinking of our take profit, of our stop loss, our entry point. We're low-key setting it up there. Boom, boom, boom. So right now we're looking at the daily. Has a humongous topping tail there on the daily. Of course, I look at other time frames, looking at the hourly. Looking at the hourly, I noticed that in pre-market there's a pivot at 2021. Ooh, that's this year, 2021. And we're looking at, if it doesn't hold this area, it can possibly continue to sell off all the way down to 2021, right? So if it doesn't hold and break that area, showing us that it has strength in it, it'll show us that it has instead continued weakness from the sell-off, and it can continue to sell off all the way to 2021. And at some point I paused since I'm waiting for the setup to happen, because I went to go brew some tea and there's a moment where I pause and I come back, right? I paused and I had to run to my computer because I saw the setup happening, right? So notice how it came back to retest the support around 24, 29, and it held. Not only held, but it began to move upwards towards that resistance. So we went ahead and added there for the break of that $25.88, $26 mark, right? Anticipation of that break, and boom, immediately it begins to move upwards. So I'll let this one play here because it was rather quick. So go ahead, we're trying that higher lows there. Very beautiful pattern, actually. Squeezed up an entire dollar. Already broke 27 there. Our take profit 27.82 right before a previous resistance. And that's it. We took profit there. That's how fast the trade was. Boom. And it did halt. It did trade into a halt, and 27.90. 5-minute halt. It eventually went up towards this 28.44 after the halt, and boom, it fell down, became range bound right there. And actually it's right here, right? Notice this is live now. That's where it halted up, but then boom, fell here, back down towards this support, and now it's deciding what it wants to do. But I think we're done for today. Just, you don't have to trade every day, and every day you don't have to take more than one trade, if that makes sense. So one trade a day is fine, especially if we're still in the learning process. We don't want to over trade, and we'll just keep it simple, right? So yeah, thanks guys and gals, obviously. Thanks guys and gals for being here, and I'll catch you guys on the next time. Bye.